This week on episode 26, Paul and Michelle explore the story of a woman who, during her childhood, experiences a horrifying paranormal encounter in a relative's house where a demonic-like manifestation repeatedly terrorizes her while she tries to sleep. Hi everyone, I'm Paul.
And I'm Michelle.
And you're in
The
Spooky Coop.
Welcome to the Spooky Coop. Hope you're not chicken.
Hello, Michelle.
Hey, Paul.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I am good.
I'm feeling awesome myself. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here in the Spooky Coop. We have another new story for you today.
Oh, this one's cool. It was a submission we got recently from...
Erin.
Erin, you're right. It's from Erin. And it's really cool because Erin actually sent us a story of an event, and it came with a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're qualified to answer it. I think they're going to have to look for a paranormal real estate agent. Let me tell you what they asked. I'm just going to give you a summary of what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Go ahead.
All right. When they were a little kid, right, their mom used to work in the daytime, and their dad used to work in the daytime, and they used to stay with their Grammy before school for daycare. Their Grammy was big on naps, and so when the afternoon came, the Grammy would put them in for a nap every day in the pink room.
The pink room,
Yeah,
okay.
in the pink room because Erin, being a little girl, wanted to sleep in the pink room.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Erin also was, just like other people of that age, was really into Teletubbies. Mm-hmm. She absolutely loved Teletubbies. And she had all the Teletubby stuff. Oh, she loved the Wiggles too, but she had all the Teletubby stuff.
You can't exclude the Wiggles if you got the Teletubbies.
I guess.
They're a matched pair group. Okay.
Anyway, she has all she had all of them, and she had. What I mean by all of them is she had all the stuffed plushie dolls of the Teletubbies. She had all the little squeezy stuffies, the stuffed dolls.
No, I don't remember, but go ahead.
Anyway, she had to take them everywhere she went. If she
Gotcha.
lost one, she'd cry. If she left one in the car, it was the end of the world. Mm-hmm. She had to take them with her everywhere.
Right.
So she brought them with her to her grandma's every day. And when she was at Grammy's house, she had her little, she called her grandma Grammy. Isn't that cute? When she was at Grammy's house, she had all four of them with her at nap time. When she was in the pink room, everything went great. Mm-hmm. Grammy kept her sewing machine in the pink room all covered up like a table so she wouldn't know it was anything dangerous. But once in a while, if Grammy needed to use her sewing machine, or if there was something going on that Grammy needed the pink room, she'd put Erin in the blue room for a nap. Now, Erin didn't like the blue room, not just because it was blue. Sometimes little girls are very upset about blue, and some aren't, but some are. But because every time she'd take a nap in the blue room, she would see the closet door open just a little crack, and some sharp little fingernails would come out of the door, just around the door.
Ooh, God.
Like she called them monster fingernails in her letter. I mean, in her email.
That sounds terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
And then she'd start screaming, and
I'd start screaming.
yeah, Grandma would come in, Grammy would come in, or Grampy would come in, and of course this thing was gone by the time they got there. Mm-hmm. And she'd try to explain to them, and and they'd tell her, it's nothing, it was just a dream or whatever. It happened every time, over and over, when she was in the blue room. She said it was very frustrating for her because she could not explain what she meant. They just thought she was having a monster in the closet dream.
Right.
So
the flight of imagination of a child.
Exactly.
Right.
And she said that she knows that it wasn't her imagination because, this happened till she started kindergarten-ish. Mm-hmm. Or, also, she knows that she had a very good memory of her preschool and, in infant days. No, not infant, but you know what I mean. Because when she talks to her family now about things that happened in those days, they're amazed how much she actually remembers.
Right. Okay.
At one point, her family got so sick of her when she was in the blue room calling for help, her Grammy and her grandpa said, "We're not going to give you any more attention. Just because you don't like the color blue doesn't mean that we have to come in here and baby you." So they decided that
nice. Man up.
Yeah, man up. Man up.
Man up and get in the blue room.
Little girls have to be tough. So they decided that she was going to sleep in the blue room until she stopped misbehaving. Mm-hmm. So every day she had to take her nap in the blue room. And if she called and called and called, they were going to let her cry it out.
Why wouldn't they just move her to the pink room? It must have driven them crazy.
Well, I guess they decided she had to learn to live with things she didn't want.
They really thought,
it's like eat your peas.
Yes.
Gotcha,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, how many times did you have to force broccoli down when you were little? Okay, you said 0, but with me it was eat it.
I gesticulated 0. I did not say 0.
Anyway, so they decided that at least for a while they were going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And then she said that when she started crying for help and nobody came, all of a sudden, for no reason at all, her Teletubby dolls would fall off the bed one by one and start scooting across the floor.
Oh, no.
And when they got near the closet, the hand would come out, push the door open, and each one of them, one by one, would go into the closet.
God.
And then the door would close.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. And at one point, this would happen before she could really open the door well.
Oh, man.
And then, of course, by the time she knew how to open the door, she was terrified to open the door.
Oh, this beats my childhood horror story of a hand coming at my throat, the shadow of a hand in my bedroom, turning around and seeing nothing there. Seeing her Teletubbies fly across the floor. Oh, my God.
Well, this happened, and she started screaming, and she tried to explain how of course, they didn't believe it. Mm-hmm. They thought she was doing this for more attention. Mm-hmm. So she started doing everything that she could to stop it. She sat on her Teletubbies. She put them under her pillow. She told them that Grampy was going to give them a punishment if they went back in the closet. Yeah. Everything
the
she could think
yards.
of.
Yeah.
But it kept happening. And so after it happened for a while, she started throwing fits and pounding on the door till finally Grammy decided that this was too much. It was going to hurt her too much psychologically to lock her in that room.
Yeah.
So they took her out of the room, and if Grammy needed her to use her sewing machine, they let her sleep in the big bedroom, the master bedroom. Mm-hmm. But she'll never forget the time that she went through that time where this was happening. And once in a great while, they would make her sleep in that room again if something happened. And she was terrified because it would happen again. And so here's the kicker. Here's where she wants the advice. Mm-hmm. All right? Her grandfather died, some time ago. And then her grandmother recently passed away. And she found out that her grandmother left her that house in her will. Uh-huh. So now, for all intent and purposes, she owns the house. And she has been in the house, off and on for some time because it's her Grammy's house. And that blue room is still blue, the same exact color blue. Mm-hmm. The closet is still there, exactly how it was, same bed, everything. She said it's untouched.
Right.
She doesn't know what to do at the house. She asked us what our advice is. Should she keep the house and just block off the blue room? Should she have somebody come in and try to clear the blue room with the risk of pissing off this thing in the closet even worse?
Why doesn't sell it? Take the money and run.
She doesn't know. Should she warn anyone she sells it to that there's something evil in the closet in the blue room?
I think there's still some type of law in America.
Yeah, but is it morally? But it depends on the state, even on the city. But is it morally right to sell a house like that to somebody who, even if they don't believe it, they might put their kid in there and their, maybe, whatever, their kid's Bluey dolls go walking in there. Anyway.
Charge admission. Put an ad in the paper.
That reminds me of this.
Anybody who has a misbehaving daughter or son.
No, come on.
Come on over.
Come on. Anyway, I thought that opens up an interesting world of, because we've had people who buy houses that are known to be haunted, and nothing happens to them. And then they sell the house to someone who knows nothing about the haunting in the house, and things start happening to them that happened to the people who had it the time before that.
We have cleared enough houses over the decades
to know
the strange goings on that can happen and then unhappen for a period and then come back.
Right. Even that's without us doing anything. We find out when this person owned the house, they had these horrible things happen. This person bought a house, they didn't have anything, and the next person buys it and these horrible things start again.
Right.
I think a lot of times it has to do, sometimes people are haunted.
Yes, my mother was haunted.
Yes, she was. She looked it.
She did.
We used to call his mother the evil Q-tip. We loved her, but she did look like an evil Q-tip.
She had big frizzy hair and big round blue eyes.
And she was thin as a rail. She used to get on the buses in Toronto, and some of, I don't know where they were from, but some people from a South American country would throw pennies.
No, it was Caribbean. I think it was
Caribbean country, Haiti, the Haitian, where they would throw pennies at her for
thinking she was possessed by an evil spirit.
Yeah, to ward off evil.
Yeah, and at times, depending on her mood, she looked like she was possessed by an evil spirit.
Yeah, I think she used to pick them up too and save them.
Oh, I can hear the voice of her ghost saying, "Don't talk like that about me."
Yeah, don't talk like that. Maybe someone I know is listening to this.
We love you, Mom. Anyway, that's an interesting story, and we love haunted house stories.
Yeah, we do.
People who
should we tell them about the time your mother locked me in an elevator after? Not long after his mother died, I was I was in a little elevator going down from one, down an elevator, and all of a sudden the elevator stopped between floors, and it was awful. Tiny elevator. Me and my service dog. It was like the heat went on in the elevator. It thought it was going to die, hit the emergency button, nothing happened. Hitting the up and down arrows, nothing happened.
And then, of course, I just walked up, pressed the button, and it started moving again.
Yeah,
for you.
and
I was outside.
Yeah, but before my phone didn't work, and what did you say? You pressed the button, and then you said, "Mom, stop it!" And then the elevator started moving.
Yes, and she likes to speak through one of our parrots.
Yeah.
One of our parrots channels her voice.
We got a new parrot.
Using specific language that only she would know.
The very first thing the parrot said, was something his mother would say. Mm-hmm. His mother had been passed away for a good, I don't know how many, 5 years before we got the parrot?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that period, yeah.
And then the second thing the parrot said was, "Oh no,
help me! I've come back as a parrot."
Yeah, help me! I've come back as a parrot. So if you don't think the universe has a sense of humor, come stay at our house for a while.
Yes, and remember, if you can't laugh at yourself, you might be missing the joke of the century.
That's true.
So that sounds like a good note for us to finish on.
That's
today,
right,
doesn't it? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We're always grateful for your patronage. We love your stories. Please send them in to us to send it to spookycoop@gmail.com, and that's all one word. So you want to send it to spookycoop@gmail.com.
And if you want a shout out, if you have a channel, a podcast, a YouTube channel,
we'll split shout outs back and forth. We're very happy to do that.
Yep.
As always, we wish you all a week where you are safe and happy, and a week of hope and wonder. Until next time, when we see you in